Hi everyone, you're welcome back to the Esther channel. In today's video, we'll be dealing with the question, do you love him? Do you love God? I'll be leaving the question for you to answer to yourself, but while answering the question, I would like to elaborate my question in such a way that in this new world we have, the whole world is not filled with a quiet number of Christians. That if you go out to evangelize or preach to someone, it is very hard and barely you find someone that will tell you they haven't heard about Christ or they do not know about Christ. Even the other religion, they have much to say about him. They know about him, they know his story, they can even tell about his words. But that is not enough. It is a good thing for the world to be filled with a quiet numbers of Christians. Everyone is now a Christian, but it is not enough for us to talk about him, to know him, but we haven't walked through with him. While growing up, many of us, there's this kind of, they instilled the fear of God in us. It is very good thing our parents did that, or people that we are surrounded with while growing up, they instill, not necessarily our parents, but they instill the fear of God into us. That is when we know sin. That is when we know sin is not good for Christian. Lying is not good. Fighting is not good to do as a child of God. They instill the fear of God in us. But the truth is, they cannot give us salvation. They cannot give us Jesus. They can only teach us about what to do and what not to do. Not that they can help us to walk with him. But it is very expedient that we grow beyond fear of him to walking with him, learning about him, beyond the informations we gathered while growing up. All the informations we were fed with, that God is fearful, is mistrust, you just have to do what he wants, and a quite number of stories in the Bible telling about those that do things that God do not want, and God in his anger wipe them and destroy them off. So it is a good thing, but it is expedient we grow beyond fears to loving him more. How can you tell me you know the president, you know the governor, you even follow them on social media very often, even to the last statement recently, you can even quote it, you know about him, you know where he stayed, but you haven't met with him. The governor or the president or the celeb you said you know about do not even know you by your name, talk less of recognizing you by your face. That is how some of our relationship with God is. We do not know God. Although we believe we know him, we know God, we can tell much about his word, we know what he's fond of, but we haven't walked with him. If you know someone by name at distance, or you can tell much about them from what you've heard or what you've seen or read, doesn't mean that you really know much about them. Before you can say you know much about someone is when you've walked with the person, just like a friend. You can't tell me you meet someone for the first time and you just be like, I know much about her, I can tell everything about her, she's my friend, someone you just met yesterday. No, until you've worked with the person, that is when you can know what the person is capable of doing. And this relationship God is requiring from us is not the relationship of fear, do or die. No, salvation is not about do or die, enforcement or anything. It's on the basis of love. Even everything God offers to humanity is on the basis of love, not enforcement, not force. He doesn't force anyone to himself. It's on the basis of love. Everything is based on love. So he's calling us into the place of cordial relationship with him, like a father will commune with his son. A relationship with a father and a son, not a relationship of death, not a relationship of fear. That is not what God is calling us into. So it is high time we are hoping to learn much about him beyond what we were told. But how do I know him more? How do I love him more? How do I do things he wants, not things he do not want because I fear him? Not that he doesn't want me to kill, he doesn't want me to destroy, he doesn't want me to hate, so that I won't see his anger. No, that is not enough. It is high time. The fear is the basis, but it is high time we grow beyond fear to love him. Do you love him? It is high time we start loving him. When we start to love him, that is when we no longer be conscious of sin any longer. We'll be conscious of what he wants us to do. We'll be conscious of his love, of his righteousness, what he wants us to do every specific time and day. From there, we can be dead to sin and we no longer be conscious of sin. But I think you've all tried it, living your life without sin, and eventually you found yourself committing a lot of blunders. Often, you've said to yourself, this week, I will not lie, I will not abuse, I will obey every instruction given to me by my parent. But eventually, before the middle of the week, you noticed you've done even more than what you said you will. If you are doing that with your strength, it will not work. That is not it. You are not called to do that. You are not called to be conscious of sin. You are called to do what you want, to call on him for grace and for help. That is what you are called for. Not to start working things out on the basis of you can do it without calling him along or inviting him over. You think you can do what he wants, or you will not do what he doesn't want with your own strength and your power. You cannot do that unless you journey with him and walk with him. That is what God requires from us. Working for him is not enough. He wants your work. He wants you to walk with him. He wants you to journey with him. That is what God wants from you. He wants you to love him and ask of him carry him along on a daily basis what he wants for you at a specific moment, what God wants you to do each time, each day. Not, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. Enough. It's high time we grow. It's high time we start loving him. Enough of the world is filled with revival Christians, but the more we are becoming increasing daily, the more corruption it keeps skyrocketing every day. Why? We are building Christians every day. We are building Christians daily, but things are not growing the way they should. Things are getting worse daily. Are we building fake Christians? No. Churches are filled up with a lot of powerful Christians, but outside there we can't find none. Outside there in the market, in the politics, in the education, academic system, we can't find none. They are scanty. Even if they exist, it seems they do not exist in that area. It seems they are not even there. It seems we can't even recognize them. But we have a lot of Christians, powerful Christians. Where are they? We can't see them. We can't see them in social media platform. We can't see them in fashion industries. We can't see them. They are few, and we get initiating Christians every day, daily, calling them to Christ. But the world is not becoming a better place. Citizens are now the one harming each other. The world is filled with corruption. Enough. It is high time we trace back to our source and our roots. If you say you know him, it's good. But do you think he knows you by your name? He recognizes your place of fellowship with him. He recognizes your work with him. He can recognize you in that secret place when you call upon him. He can recognize his voice. He said, my sheep knows me. My sheep, they know me. They know him by his voice. You yourself, you can answer the question if you likely know him or not. But it is high time we come back alive in him. Be tend to sin unto yourself. Come alive in him. The devil also knows him. Do you know? He knows him. The devil knows him. Knowing him is not enough. Knowing the scriptures is not enough. It's high time we walk and do what he wants on a specific place, on a daily basis. I hope this video will help you. Thank you for listening. Thanks for watching. God bless you. Bye.